I probably have some sort of chocolate 5 times a week. There's definitely a change it does to the chemistry of the body. It's my favorite feeling. I live for it. My road trips have been to Vegas, but you know, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Princess Diana was a nice dancer because she had confidence. In fact, when we danced together she started to lead, and I looked her in the eye and went, "No, you have to let me lead." So I grabbed her around the waist and we were off to the races. I'd been on a road trip right out of college with a buddy of mine. It was uneventful. We didn't get laid. Although one time it was about 800 degrees and we were in Texas. We had shorts on and nothing else, and somehow a motorcycle cop pulls up beside me and says, "Come on, get on it, get on, go, go, go." So I speeded up and it turns out we're in a huge state funeral. There are about 40 black Cadillacs in a row and then a green van called Mr. Green Jeans, with 2 guys with no clothes in it. Sports, entertainment, and aviation are 3 of the most exciting professions in the world. You are dealing with the same magnitude. One of the things about the whole Harley motorcycle culture is that it's a little bit renegade. I don't believe in regrets. I believe your future is in your tomorrows. I've ridden a bike since I was 18. It was the first transportation when I came to Hollywood because it was inexpensive and easy for me. Dancing's part of my soul. I enjoy it. It makes people happy, and it makes me happy. I'm a jet jockey, and I've always escaped ever since I was a kid. I've always been a weekend-type runaway person. Work hard, play hard type thing. It's not been a midlife thing at all. It's been a habit because I think it changes your environment and how you feel even if it's for the day. It's a good thing. When all else fails, fresh tactics. I think what you have to do is have a box office success in every genre, and then you're set for life. And fortunately, I happen to do that. So I get a myriad of offers of various sorts. You feel alive to the degree that you feel you can help others. I try to balance independent films with commercial films, and I've done a pretty good job of it over the years. The first thing I ever rode when I was a kid was a motorcycle, so I knew how to drive a motorcycle before a car. After 9 or 10 years of being interviewed, you start wanting to team up with the reporter and get the job done. Hollywood is controlled by homosexual Jewish men who expect favors in return for sexual activity. My frank response to all sex questions is that there is too much significance put on them to begin with. Sex is part of human nature, and I don't know why such a big deal is made out of it. I have to believe there's some other life force out there. I don't know in what form, but we can't have all these galaxies and universes without something going on. I've done so many interviews that I've gotten past the ego and the personality. I used to feel that there might be something missing, but a few years ago I realized that I was so causative over how the interview went that I was no longer concerned over the effects of the interview. It's easier to be responsible for the decisions that you've made yourself than for the ones that other people have made for you. I'm too busy looking for the next role to do. I think about how to continue to survive in the same vein. I like my career and my life as it is. Every day my mother had tea. My dad has his ritual cigar. They had their evening cocktail. Those rituals were done nicely, with flair and feeling. Misdirection. What the eyes see and the ears hear, the mind believes. I've never had that concern of thinking of myself as stupid. I've always slightly regretted not taking up Chicago. Christopher Walken was probably the most experienced dancing partner I've had in movies, because he has the same background as I do. He's from theater, Broadway and off-Broadway, and we both shared that. I had a bike the first time I moved to LA. I had a Honda and I got around on that. But I'd never ridden Harleys. I rode many bikes and motorcycles. My brother was in an accident when he was a kid and my mom forbade us to use motorcycles. The only thing I ran into is that I am a wanderlust as far as travel and adventure. I will go off on any given moment with the family and friends to explore the world. I go around the world once a year. I go to Africa, Russia, wherever. I love it. I grew up, in my childhood, with some of the greatest women performers, on stage and on screen, and even my family, my mother and my sisters. So I was very busy watching women as a child. I have a lot of memories of great women performers.